All right, so we got some Corona talk since we're quarantined at the moment. We got some random sports chat and a new segment, crazy news stories of the week. So let's get after it. What's up, Gary?
What's up, Brad? How's it going, bro?
Man, long time no see.
I know, dude. It's been a minute, and it took us a minute to set up this video today, didn't it?
Hey, typical amateurs when it comes to technology. But thank you to Zoom. We are finally able to remote in without just using our voice recorders on our phones and text back and forth and piece together audio. Last week was kind of a disaster. We were so excited to talk about Tom Brady and free agency, and we got hit with a deadly virus that kind of set us a little sideways. So here we are. Like I said, thank you to Zoom. I can see your beautiful face and that ugly Yankees cap on your head.
Let's go, baby.
But
the champs.
Yeah, man. So I'm ready to chat it up. So quarantine, man. What's life like? I haven't seen you in forever, like I mentioned. I've been stuck inside of this house for 3 weeks. My highlights have been I've hopped in the car twice. I drove to the post office because I had to mail some stuff for work, and I drove up in my car, cracked my window because we're all germaphobes now. Cracked my window, reach out, and just dropped like 8 letters in the mailbox without touching it, of course, and then drove away, went home. And I only lived like 6 minutes from the post office. So that was the highlight of my day, was getting out, seeing the sights, getting a little fresh air. And
it's like a 15-minute round trip or what?
If that, man. And funny thing is I had to go to the post office again today because, I'm mailing a bunch of stuff for work now because I can't go deliver it to people. And as I walked out today to go to the post office, see some sights, get down the street, get in my car a little bit. And what happens? This timing would have never worked out in any other life scenario. But the postman, the letter carrier in his car pulled up right as I was walking out. I was like, well, I don't need to drive to the post office so I can hand it to him right here. So It was really convenient, but it stole some of my joy at the same time. So I walked back into my quarantine office and just got back at it. So I haven't seen the real world, man. But we've done a couple walks here and there, but and a lot of Hulu at night for sure. So
yeah. Well, dude, darn that postman for foiling your plans, bro.
God,
this is not cool.
Darn him for being so punctual and convenient.
So efficient. I know, right?
And awesome at his job.
That's hilarious. Well, yeah, dude, thank you to them. Thank you for the postmen, doctors and nurses on the front line.
UPS, FedEx, Amazon, man, they're all coming through.
Helping the cause for sure. Yeah, dude, that sounds like an awful 3 weeks. I'm gonna be honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, and it's really not that bad. I mean, obviously, we are inconvenienced. A lot of people are really going through some stuff. So,
yeah, for sure.
Definitely thankful that it's not too crazy here.
Yeah, we don't have it that bad. That's for sure, man. I've been out of the house a little more than you because I'm still making a weekly trip to HEB. So I've gone to HEB probably 3 times. Racking up the grocery list, getting in and out, wearing a mask when I go. Looking like Shredder when I walk in.
Oh, you should have put your mask on tonight. Shredder's a nice reference, by the way.
Thank you. So I roll in, and I mean business. I'm going by myself. I got the list. I know where everything is. I don't need extra second guessing. I'm getting in. I'm getting out. Seeing a lot of people in there by themselves, which makes me happy. Not a lot of families still going together. Although my dad texted me the other day. He said, I walked into HEB and there was a family of 6 walking around. He's like, I had to say something under my breath so they could hear me. I was like, good for you. You should. There's no reason to take your entire family of teenage kids to the HEB right now.
No, I don't think everybody.
Rules.
Is it? So, how many are you allowed to, if it's family? What's the?
I don't know that there's a limit on what you can bring in. I think HEB is regulating that, but everybody's supposed to stay home unless you need to go, and I don't think everybody needs to go to the store.
Yeah, teenagers are definitely not helping at the grocery store. Get more Cheerios. Right. Fruit Loop, Mom, get the Fruit Loops.
Nice. But
Mom, meatloaf.
Meatloaf, Mom, the meatloaf. Good reference.
Thanks.
But right now, man, I'm still going to work every other day. So my office is about 90% empty. I got a big office, man.
Big old building, yeah.
So we're about 90% at home, but there's still several of us that are in the office. There's only about 10 people on my floor still. So it's pretty ghost townish, which is nice. I appreciate that about it, but I'm still on an every other day schedule right now. But like you said, dude, it's an inconvenience. I'm completely blessed, still getting paid full time to work a part-time schedule right now. So shout out to you, security service. Love you. So I'm getting out of the house a little bit more, and I'll be honest, man, it makes me feel it's just normal still. And when I say that, it makes it seem like we've been at home for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And this whole thing's been like 3 weeks or a month. So,
yeah.
but I feel some normalcy behind having to go to work every other day, which has been nice. Other than that, though, when we are home, dude, walking the neighborhood like crazy, like 2 or 3 times a day. We're prayer walking the neighborhood, man, talking to our neighbors from a safe distance. Inviting people to Easter online service. My wife is the head of the social committee in our neighborhood for our HOA.
I can totally see that, by the way.
Oh, she loves it. She crushes it. But she created this game where like 13 residents in my neighborhood put a big Easter egg on one of their windows, and people could walk by, and if they write down all the addresses and turn them in, you'd be entered to win a prize. So it's allowing people to walk the neighborhood and get used to kind of walking out further distances than they might have before.
That's creative, man, and encouraging them to get out. Move. Yeah. People get out and move.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. And speaking of that, I mean, you got more people out walking the neighborhood now than ever before. You know what I mean? People, recluses are making their way out regularly.
Oh,
man.
yeah. They're that desperate, right? Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people out walking in ours as well. And it's funny when we were walking the other day with me, my wife, the baby, and our neighbor. And, of course, my neighbor stayed on her side of the street. We stayed on the other side of the street, and we walked around. But we would come up, and there'd be another couple walking our direction. And, like, 100 yards away, I'm like, oh, no, what are we going to do? Being all dramatic. And it's kind of fun. There's another couple with the baby that stopped and paused, like at the crosswalk, almost like we're driving in cars, and you got to stop and let the traffic with the right of way. It's kind of funny. We're all making the best of it, though. So
that's all you can do.
Yeah, I like the Easter egg idea, though. So shout out to Sarah. Let her know that I thought that was pretty creative. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, man, I'm pretty proud of that. The thing is, dude, right before this pandemic hit, her and her committee, she's got like 8 people that volunteer for this committee, and she leads it up. They met and they planned the whole summer, dude, like Easter, 4th of July, all these events, man, and then it just all went by the wayside. So we had like 1,000 Easter eggs that she had bought for an Easter egg hunt. And so we packaged them up in packages of 12 in brand new Ziploc bags, and we left them out for people to come grab sets of 12 for their kiddos if they want. So that was kind of cool.
Oh, that's really cool.
Just trying to make the best of a rough situation and let people feel a little bit of regular day-to-day with the Easter holiday upon us.
Yeah. Well, we're all learning new ways to live, and I know there's some creativity coming out of it. So I'm anxious to see what kind of stuff sticks after we get back to, quote, normal life. For me, Zoom is one of them, especially for this. So more. Yeah, because I mean, if our schedules are, it's a lot easier if we start after the kiddos go to bed. Then we can just kind of do our thing versus rush over after work, Gary, and then hurry up and get home and your kid's already asleep. And so so Zoom's gonna stick. But shout out to Zoom again, unofficial sponsor of the FanCave Podcast.
Come on, Zoom, holler at us. Yeah. We need a real sponsor. Dude.
Yeah, at least pay for our subscription so we can record more than 40 minutes.
Right? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, which is, we're thankful for the 40 minutes, of course. So, but
how are we doing on that time, by the way?
Gary,
you got a timer?
Yeah, I got a timer. We're good. Hey, Gary. Okay, quarantine. Let's shift over to sports. You get one sport, and I didn't prep you for this. I'm sorry for putting you on the spot, but I got to have this conversation. Ooh. You're stuck for 24 months with one sport of your choice. Any sport, no limitations. One sport that you can watch on TV, and that's it. No attending or anything. You can only watch it on TV because it's quarantine style. One sport, 24 months. What do you do?
So I have one sport to watch over a 24-month span, and I can watch it as much as I want all day, every day?
No, you can watch it the way it exists now. Like if you choose a major sport, if they play every day, great. If they don't.
Yeah, but is there an off season where I won't get them?
It's Okay. Nothing changes. It's exactly how it is now, which can really affect your decision. That's why I thought it was worth posing. So
that's a good question, man. I don't want to go with this. I have to go with baseball. It's like all year long, dude.
Yeah, because it's a long season, right? And there's a game every day, right? So you have something to do every day. Yeah.
There's stuff at noon. There's games at 2. There's games at 8 p.m. You got options.
And for you that would work if you're still working your part-time schedule, because on your days off, you can catch the 2:00 afternoon game, throw some meat on the grill, and you feel like you're having your own little tailgate.
Dude, definitely, dude.
Yeah.
Pour a couple cold brews or two, dude, and
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it. It's your day off.
dude, it's your day off.
It's your day off, man. Every
Dude,
other
are you picking
day.
baseball too?
No, and I'm glad you did because I can totally see the argument. It's a longer season, so you've got sports for longer. You've got sports every day. So there's more entertainment value as far as your time is concerned. For me, I still sticking with football. It's a shorter season. Thankfully, it's I'm doing NFL football, so I've only got Sunday, Monday, and Thursday. That's only 3 days. But I'm not going to be making the daytime baseball games, so I'd miss half of that anyway. The games, kind of long at night, maybe I don't know. But football, I can be entertained 3 nights a week. That's probably all I have time for right now with the little bitty one. So I'm sticking to football. I think that would make me happy inside as far as sports. So I totally see baseball as the argument. I could see people picking basketball as well. It just doesn't. It's just football's always kind of my thing, my choice.
Yeah, no,
so
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I was probably going to choose football too from that standpoint. Baseball just makes sense from a quarantine standpoint, but basketball, dude, honestly too, is on 6 days a week also during the season, so it's got a good value as well.
Basketball might be the best compromise as far as almost as many games as baseball,
Right.
but you get to watch good. It's a little bit more entertaining to watch regular season basketball than regular season baseball. So, but so we have to throw that out on the socials and see what others think. What is there on the socials? Yeah. So
there you go.
Yeah, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. What sport? If you could only pick to watch one sport for 24 months, what would it be? I know a lot of people would probably go with soccer, even though you got to get up early. But I feel like you could stretch the season out because they play with so many multiple leagues and things like that. I feel like there's always something going on.
Yeah, that's a good choice as well.
So,
dude, speaking of sports entertainment, did you see the new uniforms that the Bucks and the Falcons are rocking right now?
No, absolutely not. I know you said you mentioned something about it, but no. So I have to Google this and look it up.
Dude, look it up real quick. I want to say that let's start with the Falcons because I'm going to start with that one. So the Falcons really made an effort to James Bondify or like Denzel Washingtonify their uniforms. They got a picture of Matt Ryan in all black, trying to make him look like he's full on Denzel and the Equalizer. And it's just not going to work for guys like that, man. I don't know.
You mean like he's not hard enough or what?
Dude, Matt Ryan cannot pull off the all black uniform. It doesn't fit.
All right,
it's
so
not a race thing. It's just my opinion. It doesn't fit him.
Atlanta Falcons go all black. And it just says ATL on the jersey.
Color, which is cool.
Maybe that's their Thursday night style, all colors. Maybe they'll mix it up during the season.
That's what I'm saying. If they went like the color games or whatever and did that, but dude, I don't know, man. The all black, there's too much, I think.
Oh, I think I see a new one now that I didn't see before.
They got
sweet looking though. That red, sweet looking. So is that white.
Dude, the red top that fades into the black option though is freaking legit.
So Tampa's got new ones too?
Yeah, dude. Check out Tampa's. Not their creamsicle because I think those are just special occasion. But they have. Let me look it up too, dude. They have almost back to like the Mike Allstott days. I think that's exactly what they are. But they went away. They went away from those like pirate numbers, dude. Yeah, but they went away from like the pirate numbers to like regular football numbers.
I never liked that pirate number stuff. So
I love the helmet though, dude. I love the new Bucks helmet. I'll be honest. It's got that sheen to it, dude.
I don't know. I have to look it up later. I don't want to.
It's like it's not like a bright gold. It's like a shiny. Dude, it's just like a dampened gold.
Well,
it's pretty cool.
They're going to look pretty good this year, mostly because Tom Brady's wearing their uniform.
Dude, Tommy 2 times, which is not one of his nicknames, but sounded cool right there. He's going to bring some noise, bro.
We'll see.
His jersey's already going to sell out.
Yeah.
People got it pre-ordered like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he'll probably end up – it's always the quarterbacks that end up being the top jersey sellers in the league, especially when they switch teams. So, yeah, I'm anxious to watch it, man. I know we kind of talked about it on our broken video recorder or voice recorders a couple weeks ago, but I'm anxious to see. I love big changes like that. I mean, I didn't know how I was going to feel about it. But ultimately, once it happens, it's always exciting seeing a stud player in a different uniform.
Yeah.
We didn't expect it. I mean, imagine if
Agreed,
Kobe had left and gone to New York or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess we'll see
Well-
Durant. We've seen Durant do it, so
Yeah, he's done it several times now. I feel like it's lost its luster.
it's lost it
little
for
bit.
sure. It's lost it for sure. If
Or
had
Duncan.
had
Remember Duncan almost went to the Celtics?
oh, I thought he was going to Orlando.
Orlando, that's what I meant.
Either
Grant
way,
Hill.
it would
That
have
would
been
have
bad.
been brutal.
Oh my gosh. Well, we got a new basketball arena because of that, right? That's how we kept him here. I think.
Yeah.
They built the
It worked
AT&T
out.
Center. So.
Yeah, it worked out all right.
All right, cool. Well,
dude, well, let
yeah.
me bring this up, dude. So speaking of Tommy 2 times, he did an interview on Howard Stern like within the last couple of days. I think
Tommy?
a phone interview.
Tommy went on Howard Stern?
Yeah. So once he's out of the Patriots realm, dude, he's like free to do whatever he wants now.
Just sounds so not typical.
And I want to hear it only because I want to hear some of like, obviously, Howard Stern's known for asking off-the-wall questions, and I don't want to hear necessarily about all the Giselle stuff, but I'd be curious to know if he gets into like the Belichick, Brady talk or inside the – because I hear that happened.
Really?
That Howard went there a little bit and then probably got bored of it and moved on, but I did hear that he asked a few football-related questions, which hopefully Tommy opened up. That'd be nice to hear. I'd be curious.
Well, I mean, I would fully expect him to go there as a host of a show asking questions. I would fully expect him to go there. I wouldn't expect Tom Brady to answer those questions yet. And yes, he's outside of the organization now, but I feel like once he's retired and it's all said and done, everything can quote unquote like be declassified and he'll break into it. But I think that's down the road kind of stuff.
Well, he did. They played a little clip. I was listening to a radio show, and they played a little clip of one of his responses. I didn't hear the question, to be fair, but I did hear part of the answer. And, of course, this is not quoted. Just paraphrasing. But he said, Belichick, something about gets rid of players when they're past their prime. They're getting older, I think is what he said maybe. And you know what? I'm getting older. So I can't fault him for wanting to move on if I'm getting old. It's not his fault. It's a smart move on his play. And so I was like, I don't know if that's just the what you say because that's the right thing to say. Tommy's a class act. He knows what to say in an interview, or if he really means it or not. And I don't know if we'll ever find that out.
I feel like he's pretty genuine, dude. Like, he's been watching exactly what he just said is something you said to me last week. The Belichick gets rid of guys when they're kind of done or whatever. It's easy for him to cut ties, wash his hands, be done with it, move on to the next guy.
Yeah.
That should be
Which
tougher with a guy like Tom Brady, but not when he gets to the point where, like, okay, we might have 2 years left, but it's time to I was just surprised that they were making the transition now, which I don't feel like they've got a succession plan in place. But they've got to have something up their sleeves. They've got to have a quarterback in mind or think they can win with their backup now. I don't know, though. I'm going to have to see.
Yeah, only time will tell, man.
So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun. So, new uniforms or not, I'm excited for another reason why if I can only watch one sport for the next 24 months, I'm going football.
Yeah, good call. Dude, but it's not going to start for God knows when. We'll never – I mean, it could be another 2 months before we even find out the date that it starts.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we got to get back up and running. I don't think we can stay shut down forever. For too long, or there won't be anything left. There won't be an NFL.
I hear you, man.
So
I hear you.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to bring one more thing up on the football front, if you don't mind. So the CBA passed a couple weeks ago, and I touched on it super briefly last week. We may have touched on it before, but dude, I heard something from I forget what host it is, maybe Chris Broussard or something like that, and they were talking about one of the stipulations about the new wild card games that I really wanted to touch on. And I texted you about this like a week ago. And even though the CBA getting approved and all that is kind of behind us, I thought this was super intense. So not really that intense, actually. So the wild card games, they're going to be simulcast on Nickelodeon moving forward in this new CBA to get the kids' involvement. What do you think about that, dude?
When you say wild card game, you're still talking about basketball? I keep getting thrown off by wild card game.
No, we're talking about the NFL.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah,
simulcast, yeah. So it's an interesting channel. I guess they've got every other channel on lockdown, so why not reach a younger crowd? They do need to appeal to those kids because those are the kids whose parents are telling them now not to play football. So they're all playing soccer because of concussions and stuff. So maybe that's their way of saying, hey, we've got to have a future. We got to get these kids sucked in now so they start bugging their parents to play football.
Yeah, sure, dude. Yeah, that next generation's key, exactly what you're saying, to play. Not only that, those kids are the ones buying jerseys and hats and all that. Adults aren't going out and buying all these football jerseys, and those kids are going to eat that stuff up.
True.
Keep them locked in.
And parents buy the video games because the kids want on the jerseys, like you said. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you got to always have the kids sucked in on it. So you got to worry about the next generation always because you got to have revenues coming in forever. So It makes sense. You also got to have players. And I think there's always going to be enough players. It's just you want the best kids to be playing for sure.
Sure.
So,
and they also said they're going to do a kids style broadcast for it. So I don't know if that means having like teenagers come in there with like an adult or so that part I was super fascinated about, especially wanting to be a broadcaster when I was a young man. And that was a goal. Once I knew the NBA was out, I wanted to do broadcasting. And I'm like, dude, that would be so sweet as like a 15-year-old, 16-year-old to do it, an NFL broadcast.
Oh yeah.
Like whatever it looks like. So that I'll be real curious to see.
That's
I don't
a good
know that
call.
I'll actually watch it.
That's a good.
Kind of neat.
I bet you they will. Because they'll do a good job marketing it and this and that. There's a young guy, or at least there used to be a young guy that walked around at the Little League World Series, and he did like the sideline reporting, so to speak, and did interviews with parents and stuff in the stands. And he was like a 15, 16-year-old or something. That was pretty cool.
Awesome.
So there's kids out there that are definitely sharp enough and want to do that, and that they could bring
might as
in.
well. Yeah.
What's it going to hurt? You're broadcasting on that station.
Yeah, exactly. It's on the station.
So you're trying to target kids. You got to get somebody that knows their references and stuff.
Yep. You got other shows that do it. You got like Master Chef Junior, dude, where you got 12-year-olds making filet mignon and souffles like a boss, dude. You might as well do it for football too. Why not?
I don't see why not. I ain't got no problems with it.
Right?
Yeah, no problem with it. Yep.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so.
What up, dude? Did you see the trade today? So hold on. Before I say about the trade today, I went over like 20 trades last week. But there was a new one that happened today. Did you hear about it?
No.
Like an hour ago. So the Rams traded Brandon Cooks and a 2022 fourth-round pick to the Texans for a second-round pick in this year's draft, which is the number 57th overall pick. The Texans are scrambling to replace DeAndre Hopkins after they just traded him away, dude.
I don't understand that. It seems like every year the Texans make a dumb trade. So somebody would have to explain to me why losing DeAndre Hopkins was smart. What did they get out of it? They didn't get a first-round pick.
Dude, they got David Johnson from Arizona, bro. The old washed-up running back.
Okay.
I mean,
was that a straight-up trade? They got a pick too, didn't they?
Dude, I think it was – I actually don't remember. I think it might have been straight up. But I know Brandon Cooks is not the level receiver that DeAndre Hopkins was.
So now they gave up their 57th overall pick for Cooks.
Yep.
When you could have gone out and got one of the top receivers in college football. That, yes, might need a year or two to develop, but you got Deshaun Watson back there, who's a young guy too.
You also need to build up that line so Deshaun Watson's not getting beat up and retiring early like Andrew Luck.
Well, they don't have – their GM might be worse than the Dallas Cowboys GM. And he's a decent head coach, but he shouldn't be the GM. He might even think that too. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's 2 years in a row of like big questionable moves.
Yeah, if there was a bad GM draft, Bill O'Brien and Jerry Jones would definitely both be number one seeds.
Yeah, at least Jerry understands contracts and stuff, though. He likes to used to make the sexy pick, and it wasn't the best for the team and everything. But he understands contracts. It seems like a little bit better.
Yeah, I agree.
But anyway, well, whatever. We'll see. You never know. Maybe they did have a. I don't know. It seems like they screwed up and they're trying to fix it. So okay, hey LA, here's your.
Oh, totally.
So now LA's going to go out. I mean, Cooks wasn't. He's good, but they've got some people there. So now they go out in 57th pick, get a top 15 receiver in college football probably.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Meanwhile, the Cardinals are licking their chops knowing they got Larry Fitz and DeAndre Hopkins running out of the freaking backfield.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Kyler Murray chucking the deep ball, dude.
That's not too bad. Awesome. We'll see if they can't win 5 games this year.
Dude, okay, so that's something we need to do. Maybe not right on the spot right now, but what's the team we want to watch this year coming up? Maybe Tommy 2 times and the new Cardinals, dude. Are going to be epic.
Well, we were all on the Browns train last year. We talked about the Browns nonstop. It's like, golly, we might as well move to Cleveland as much as we're talking about them.
I know.
But
I don't
this
know
year,
if I'm still on that wagon.
I
Are you
still,
still on the wagon?
I was laughing the other day when they announced another new head coach. Give them some consistency for a little while. They should be able to get it done. They just need a leader over there and a consistent leader. So we don't need to talk about the Browns anymore, though.
No, I'm not off the wagon fully, but I'm in the back row of the wagon now. But I'm going front row of the Cardinals wagon right now. I'm saying it on the podcast. Cardinals, you're my team this year. Let's go.
All right. Well, it'll be fun to watch. So we're getting low on time, so I just want to set up a couple of things. We can dive in deeper as this stuff goes along, but I really just wanted to just get back and get in some conversation, man. Get in the fan cave. Feels good. Feels good. I got the fan cave door open right now, also known as the garage door, and it feels nice outside, so there's some weather rolling in. But I wanted to let's see. You got anything else? I wanted to start a new segment, Gary.
You want to go to the new segment?
Yeah. So crazy news of the week. There's some crazy stuff going on in this world, as we all know. And I've been sitting around doing a little bit more reading lately just because I've got some time on my hands. So I'm not driving anywhere. So I thought that maybe each week we should highlight a crazy news story of the week. Something pretty lighthearted and funny, nothing too dramatic, something to make it fun. So I came across this one from Reuters.com. And as we know, businesses everywhere, small businesses are hurting. They're losing customers and revenue and having to fire employees and things like that. A lot of people are going under. And this little bakery shop in Finland, Finnish bakery shop, actually it's in Helsinki, had all of their orders canceled flat. Like customers are gone, hey, I don't need anything now all of a sudden. So they were going to have to lay people off. The business was in trouble. So the guy develops this cake and support your local shop, and he develops this cake that looks like a roll of toilet paper. It legit looks like you put a roll of toilet paper out on the shelf as you're walking by the street window shopping. There's a roll of toilet paper in there, and no, it's actually a cake. So it became such a big hit and started spreading around. Not only did the business not fail, but he had to hire 2 new employees to keep up with the demand for this new trend. So just kudos, credit to this business owner in Helsinki.
Dude, that's awesome.
For creating something fun out of the crisis and just creative ideas come out of this, and I love it. And I just thought that was a pretty cool story. So the business didn't get under. They started selling toilet paper cakes. You can't get toilet paper, but you can get toilet paper cake.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude, I support you, Helsinki Cake Shop. I'm down for that. I don't need one, but I think that's a cool idea and way to take advantage of a situation that was looking damper and flipping it up on, wiping it up and making it better, maybe.
You really cleaned up that mess. No,
but
wasn't a paper towel cake. But maybe that's next week. So yeah, crazy news story of the week.
Yeah, that's awesome. And actually, on that note, quick thing, dude, I've seen articles on Facebook about the liveliest cakes. They make cakes that look like everything, dude, like realistic. Look that up one of these days. It's epic.
Oh, no, they do. There's a show called Cake Boss. I haven't necessarily watched it much, but yeah, they do. No, they really make everything.
Dude. Like Coca-Colas, bags of chips. Like I saw a bag of Bugles the other day. It's insane. Identical to the item, just a cake.
It's just crazy. I love talented people, but then it makes me feel like a total underachiever myself.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I know. But then you feel better 5 minutes later knowing I got the fan cave, baby. Let's go.
Yep. Hey, Gary, you know what?
That wasn't too enthusiastic. Yup.
You're right. We got the fan cave. I got distracted because I was going to my next thought because I'm total ADD guy.
All right, go.
But something else to brighten everyone's mood. I found this today, and I liked it. So I just want to see if this will.
What do you got?
The sounds of babies laughing.
I can't hear it.
Oh, well, I was playing the sounds of babies laughing because...
You seem like you were enjoying it for sure, dude.
I mean, who doesn't enjoy a baby laughing? It makes you happy. So if you're having a down time, people, watch a show about puppies or Google them online or listen to babies.
For sure.
So we're over time, so we're going to get cut off on the video. So you're getting the extended version when you go to iHeart Radio, wherever you get your podcasts, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, hopefully soon on Pandora. Check us out. Subscribe. I'm not sure there's a button down there, but in case there is, I'm pointing in the video. Subscribe, like us, and Get at us on the socials. What sport would you watch
Dude.
if you only could watch one for 24 months?
Love it. Good stuff, dude. What else? You want to talk about anything else?
No, we're done, man.
Good night, everybody. I love it.
Dang, I was managing time good until the baby's laughing put us over by like a few seconds. But that's only for video, which doesn't really matter. I really just wanted to see if that actually worked.
Yeah, it's all good.
So I'm going to doctor it up now and do all the...
Are we still recording?
No, we're just talking to each other on our phones.
Because I still see you, dude, and it says recording in the left corner.
Oh, yeah. No, Zoom is still probably going. I didn't stop that one yet.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to stop it now, actually, just in case.
All right.
Amateurs.